Hi guys, Trinette here, back with another video. Excuse the noise outside. It's the Bronx. So today I'm going to do a tiny desk tour. I work in a very limited space, so I try to keep it as orderly as possible. Sometimes it's kind of hard, but I usually keep everything that I need in this one little area. I do have paper and my kitchen because I don't really use the kitchen that much. So in my cabinets I have paper, but for the most part everything is centered right here. I am going to share with you my thoughts on things that I did not need, but I did purchase them. But in order to have a successful business, you don't really need these things. And then there's some things that I just absolutely need. Like, I probably cannot live without these things in order to have a successful business. So if you're interested, just stay tuned. Okay guys, first things first, of course we're going to definitely need our laptop, desktop, iPad, whatever you can use to create your items. So we're definitely going to need that. Mine usually sits right here. I had a desktop here, but I just decided the laptop was enough, and this is all I use this laptop for, strictly for party design. It's an older version, and you know, it'll run really slow if I used it for anything other than that. Okay, the next machine we have here is our Cameo Silhouette. This machine to me is an option. And I say that because when I started back in 2005, I cut, really 2003-ish, I cut everything by hand. And I had a successful business before these machines were invented, I'm assuming, because I didn't know anything about them. But I cut everything by hand. So in order to have a successful business, you don't need a cutting machine. Are they convenient? Absolutely. They're very convenient. Would they help you work better by performing, you know, other duties like cutting up like clip art smaller or vinyl and that sort of thing? Absolutely. But you do not need a cutting machine in order to start your business. You can get started with these. That's it. Those. And I've had several pair, and that's how I got started. Okay, next is my laminator. I absolutely need a laminator in order to have a successful business because I just like the look of lamination. I just like the idea of having things to last longer. So I absolutely need a laminator. You may not need a laminator, but for me and my business, I do. Tape dispenser here, water activated tape dispenser. You do not need this. As a matter of fact, I don't even use this. I use the tape, but sometimes it's very hard to cut. The water dries out. I usually just cut it with scissors and just go and just like dab it with the sponge or something like that. And then so yeah, so this to me was a purchase that was just like, oh, everything's pink, so I want that. But you don't have that was $50 I definitely could have saved. But I mean, for the aesthetic, or you know, for convenience, which is really not that convenient, I definitely did not need that. Okay, so I'm getting ready to work on Pringles, so that's why those are here. The next thing are containers. So I absolutely need containers, just random containers like this. So when I'm working a lot with like a lot of clipboard or just pieces of paper, I can dump them in here. I have more. This is just the one I keep on the desk for my planner and samples of whatever I'm making. So yes, absolutely, these containers are great. That way you can keep everything in its place while you're working. So yeah, your shipping label printer. Another one of those things I bought because everyone said I needed one, and to be honest with you, I don't use it. Like I I really don't use this thing that often, to be honest. I don't know. Like, I just feel like in some ways I'm very old school. So when I'm sending out packages, I usually just, you know, make like a shipping label. I don't know. Like, I just print everything out from the regular printer. But if you're shipping, like, so for me, I am not shipping out mass-produced items. So I don't need like a flow of, you know, printer, like I don't need like a flow of shipping labels falling out, because I single pack orders and maybe I'll have 5 or 6 a week and whatever. So I really don't need this. But if you have a lot of business, and I mean, it's definitely convenient, it's definitely fast. It's fast to me. So now you can absolutely get your business started without this machine. But I do think it's cute. I do think it's cute. Okay, obviously on top is a stapler and a staple remover somewhere over there. Not sure where it went, but there's a staple remover. Yes, you definitely need a stapler. However, I will say invest in this particular stapler because it's dual purpose. You can use them for your coloring books, your baby shower booklets, wedding shower booklets, whatever. So if you can only have one, I would say invest in this one, because you can use this for regular projects and booklet projects. So yeah, definitely, you definitely need a stapler and a staple remover. I have one. I don't know where it is. Okay, the next thing is my packaging. It's not a need. However, it does brand your business. So I have bubble wrapper packagings here, and then I have regular plastic. I have the big ones and then the smaller size ones. And yes, I absolutely take pride in my work. So when it goes out, I want it to look like someone, you know, takes pride in their work. So yeah, I would suggest you, if you don't want to have branding packaging as of yet, just buy packaging poly mailers off of Amazon, put your sticker on it or whatever, just to kind of, you know, have everything neat and orderly. I, on the other hand, I just love my poly mailers and my bubble mailers. These mugs I made myself, so you know, just testing out sublimation, which I do not like, but I do have, but I don't really use sublimation. I just bought this Cricut mini press maybe about a month ago, and I haven't used it. Again, I am not into vinyl and that sort of thing, but I wanted to do some ribbon, and I bought it, and I never even did the ribbon. So you definitely do not need this to have a successful business. Glue sticks. I am a hot gun glue girl. I see everyone using all types of glue, but me, in the way my time is set up, I am a hot glue gun girl. So yes, the glue sticks for me. Glue gun is a staple. I have several. So I could do every project with glue sticks versus regular glue. It just takes too long to dry. I see people use clothes hangers to put them together to that. I'm like, oh, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm just not doing that. Obviously, here's my plant here. I wasn't feeling very good, and someone gave me this plant the other day, so I'm sure it'll be dead the next time you come around. Cartridges. Yes, lots and lots of them. I keep them on hand. I definitely keep them on hand. Obviously, you definitely need that in order to have a successful business, because how are we going to print? This guillotine, no. First of all, I can't even use it. I cannot even use it. Everything comes out crooked. It never comes out right. No. If you are not a stationery girl and you don't plan on doing stationery, even if you do plan on doing stationery, you do not need this machine. This machine is a waste. This is a waste of money for me. And I don't want to see you waste your money unless you know you're going to be getting into stationery real hard. Like, I do stationery, but I can't even use this thing, so all of my stationery is just 8.5 by 11 because I don't want to risk cutting it and messing it up. Unless I have paper that's already pre-cut from the factory, every piece of stationery you're going to get from me is going to be full 8.5 by 11. Sorry, it's just, so you do not need this machine. Here is my cinch. I have a love-hate relationship with cinch, and again, if you're not getting into stationery, you do not need this machine. However, I would like to have a full-size version, like the other more industrial ones, because yeah, I just don't like having to punch the holes and then move in the paper. Sometimes they just, you know, they don't line up right for me, so I have to start all over. But so I would rather have the full-size version of this, but I just thought the cinch was really cute, and I said it's small, it's compact, so you know it should be easier to use, but not for me. I wish I would have gotten a full-size version, which I am, because I do enjoy doing stationery. The next thing is my corner rounder. Let's see. Let's move this side of the way. Corner rounder, absolute waste of money. Do not need corner rounder, because even if I'm doing like stickers for a party, I cut them out on my Cameo, my Silhouette, and I'm not going to use the corner rounder because I can just cut out the corners on the Silhouette. I'm always baffled by stationery girls who do a lot of stickers or sell sticker sheets. They cut everything on a Silhouette in a square or rectangle and then use the corner rounder, and I'm like, do they not know they can just use the Silhouette and cut it into, like, you don't need the corner rounder, you don't. But either way, was it a waste? Yes, it was. You obviously want to have caddies like this because it holds a lot of things that you probably don't need. But yes, scissors, all of the different scissors, the what is this, hole puncher, yeah, stuff like that. You definitely want to have like those little incidentals. Tape, I have different types of tape, and you definitely need tape for certain projects, right? Okay, next we have here our Minc. Now, when I said that I absolutely need a laminator, I would actually have had the Minc over the laminator. So if you only need one, and I would suggest Minc. It gets hotter. It just works better. So, but I had already had a laminator. But again, you definitely need, to me, you need one of these. But I would definitely choose the Minc over a regular laminator. But I have both. I have lots of ribbon. I buy lots of ribbon. It's not a need, but it just always brightens up your project. It always brightens up your project. So there's all sorts of ribbon here. And again, this is a tiny space for me, guys, so I have to, you know, kind of keep everything compact. That's just sticker paper and everything back there. Some sparkly laminating sheets and that sort of thing. Yes, definitely need. You can get those from anywhere. When you're working with a basic product, when you're working on a basic product, stuff like pom-poms and these little things, they just level up your project. So definitely need. Containers, I mean other storage bins. Again, I'm going to be an advocate for storage bins. Yes, Storage bins keep things compact. So yeah, you definitely need storage bins. It holds more paper. I have an obsession with paper. I love it. I love to touch it. I love to feel it. I just have an obsession with paper. So definitely, yes, lots of paper here. I have paper in a drawer. I have paper in the kitchen. I just have paper everywhere. These are some spiral. I have to throw these away. They're going up today. I'm sick of looking at them. So more paper. Here's some paper that I was used to try to cut up to make a notebook. But oh my god, it just started getting real ugly real fast. So I just kind of gave up. Here's some laminating sheets. Lots of laminating sheets. I have laminating sheets also put up in the closet because I keep lots of laminating sheets. And there's the hot glue gun. The box cutter. Box cutter absolutely changed my life. The box cutter absolutely changed my life. I just picked up a box cutter about 4 or 5 months ago and it absolutely changed my life. So yes, definitely you should have a box cutter. Okay, again, if you're not into sublimation, you do not need this. Can you see the dust? Can you see the dust? Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't need it. I honestly don't need it. And what's so weird about this machine is there was 2 delivered. I ended up giving one away, but yeah, I didn't need that machine. The Epson, I need to get it checked out. I've used it a couple times for sublimation, but now it's the page sub printing blink. I've only used it, I can say, a handful of times, to be honest with you, because again, I don't do sublimation. I don't really do vinyl. I just thought maybe it'll expand my business. But if you're really not into that, like I'm really not into that type of work. I really just like creating paper party favors. That's just what I like to do. But I do have it here in case someone asks for it, but I don't. It's definitely not something that you need. I will say though that it's just not something that you need. Okay, inkjet printer. I've never been an inkjet printer girl, but inkjet printer has slowly become one of my best friends. If you're going to, first of all, you need a printer if you're going to do this type of work. You just need a printer. I love the inkjet printer. This was a very inexpensive inkjet printer. I want to say maybe $200, a little bit more than $200. That's inexpensive to me because it's wide format. But I'm sure you can get just like a regular inkjet printer if you're not printing wide format. Most women, when they're doing inkjet, they go for the Epson because it's less ink that they waste. But I have this one, so I have them both. You absolutely need a printer. I am always going to suggest you have a laser printer first, because it is less ink, and I just like my items if they get wet or just inkjet smears sometimes on some paper. I never had that problem with laser, so I'm going to always suggest if you want to invest in a printer, invest in a laser printer first, and then get you any cheap inkjet printer. That's just my thought. And here's more paper here. I'm gonna like just cardstock, regular paper, stuff like that. I have tons of vinyl. I have vinyl here. No, I do not need a button maker. Someone bought this button maker. I don't need it. T-shirt transfer paper for inkjet and laser. Honestly, I have everything that I need in this little space. Okay, inside of this drawer is just more paper. I don't know if you guys can see, there's more paper, tape, cardstock, glitter cardstock. Just, it needs to be straightened out, but this is not one of those craft rooms, baby. This is the real deal. This is how I work. And I can put my hand on everything, but this drawer definitely needs to be straightened out. Okay. Okay guys, something else I use a lot because I'm working in a small space are these little side tables here. I do have a full-size folding table that I pull out and work and I do have a full-size table I pull out when I'm working, but I have about 3 of these side tables, so if I'm not doing a huge project, I will just use these, and I'll have my laptop over here while something is cutting, just to capitalize on space, because I really don't have a whole lot of it. So I have to literally work with every little piece of room that I have. And that top drawer right here also holds some of my party favorite items. More ribbon, envelopes, little things like that. Only the top drawer. I literally just try to work in this one area, and I try not to let my business overcrowd my living space. Okay guys, I think that's it. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below. Again, I just want to reiterate, you do not need a lot of money to get started in this business. You can create something like this with just free software and scissors and a printer and photo paper. Okay guys, I just want to reiterate that you do not need a lot of money to get started in this business. This item here was created with photo paper and a printer. And if I did not have a cutting machine, I would just cut it with my hands. So yeah, you do not need a lot of money. Just get started. The more you get started, the more you're going to start investing in your business. So yeah, just get started. That's it. Use what you have. Always use what you have. I know people say that all the time, and people who say that always have everything that they need. But you have to remember, like, they started from somewhere. So literally just get started. That's it. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye.